Hi, this is Elaine from Babies in Space. I know a few of you already know this, but we've been looking at the way we wear smaller babies in our carriers. So that's when you've got a, say, 4 kilo, around that sort of size, and you'll need to roll the waistband. We've got a brand new, easier way of doing that, which is actually a good thing for new mums just trying to figure out baby wearing for the first time. So what you'll need is your baby size carrier, which is this, your little rolled up washcloth, or just something around about this sort of size that we're going to pop in this top pocket here. That's for the head support at the back, so that we don't have a gap here, and we're supporting the back of the neck and the skull, especially if you're leaning forward in the carrier, so the baby doesn't flop back, because at the early stage they really should still be resting on you mainly, and won't have the same head support. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is leave our buckle strap exactly the way we would have it if we wore the carrier normally without the waistband rolled. So basically should fit on the usual sort of way, exactly like this, and just go up at the back. So if you need to flip your buckle back to this, there is a video in the chatter group that you can actually see. It's a really easy way to do that. Okay, so once you have your carrier set up like this, what you'll need to do is simply roll your waistband this way once, and then, hang on, which way am I going? And then twice. So that's over once, over a second time, and then put the carrier on as usual. So you'll find your buckle, your waist buckle will still be up the right way. I'll show you that at the back here. So we'll just do that up as per usual and tighten. So basically what we've got now is your carrier with the waistband flipped, instead of under, it's flipped back up this way. So it's one flip back up this way. So depending on the size of your baby, you might need to do a bit bigger roll here. See, the demo baby I'm using today is in a size 40, so that's pretty small. So I'm going to do a pretty big roll here, just to take up a bit of that body height, because you don't want your baby down too far in the carrier, and you need to be able to kiss the top of their head very easily, and they need a good clear airway, and not too low in there. So okay, so basically you're up to this stage. So I would start with your straps actually buckled at the sides, and if you can see here, I've got the longer part as the part that attaches to the body, and I've got it done up a little bit tighter at the end of the strap. The reason being is when you put it on, it's much easier in a front carry to grab your webbing here and just pull it to tighten this way. So that'll make that a lot easier for you. Like I said before, the head support, we're actually going to pop our little rolled up washer, whatever you have, it's around about this size, in the little pocket at the top here. So I'm just popping that in now. It'll just make like a little support cushion that will help with the back of the neck there, and close up that gap at the top of the carrier we were talking about just here. So once you've got that done, okay, so the next part is optional. We're actually finding when you wear it this way, because as long as this waistband's done up relatively tightly, so nice and firmly, you can actually easily just push in the base without it being secured. So I'm actually going to make it optional for you as to whether you use your cinching strap or not. I'm going to leave it up to trial and error. It probably depends how much you've got to pull it in for your size, leg length, baby. I'll show you how to use it in case you do want to. So It's basically this strap here with your little cam lock at the end. We put up through here and back down through the second part. So that's how you do that up. A good idea if you don't want your strap getting lost during the day and you're out and about is your little roll-up elastic strap at the front here. I'm going to get the cam lock side of it, this side of it, and actually tie it on right there. Then I'm going to actually wrap it around the carrier and do it up like I showed you just before. That way you've got it all day and you're not going to be searching for it at a cafe or wherever you might end up. Okay, so I'm showing you using the cinch strap. Now, you need to have a little look at the width. You might like it. So just have an estimate. You will be able to change this later, so don't stress too much. And also another thing you can do quite easily is push it down into your little roll here. Pop it out of the road a little bit so that you're not having to see it, deal with it, anything. So the good part about this now is rather than roll it the other way that we were doing earlier, when it's rolled this way, you really have absolutely nothing between you and your baby. And it depends on your baby, but some really don't like that fabric up between mummy and baby's legs, and it creates a much better pocket for little legs and getting your better position in here. So that's it. You're all set up, ready to go. Your chest strap will be done up at the back, so make sure it's not hanging around right down the bottom. Have it nice and pushed up to where you can use it. Okay, so grab your baby. So they're going to be sitting on the top here, so you must make sure they are up high enough, close enough to kiss. You want a nice curved back M position. My little demo doll's a little bit stiff for this, but arms wherever they like. So once you've got this lovely position here, you're going to pull up the carrier. You want it around about the ear height here. You want the back of the neck supported. That little cushion will take up this room here. So you pop it on at the back. Do up your little chest clip. This is where you can understand that we need it high enough to do up. Okay, so now you can see this is where it is much, much easier. Pushing the feet up just a little bit, just getting that right position. It's much easier to be able to pull down to tighten your straps at the sides rather than be pulling the dual adjustable one back this way. And it's also really good for if you're going to be breastfeeding in the carrier at all. It's much easier to be able to loosen and tighten this and drop the carrier down a little bit to actually feed in the carrier if you're going to be doing that. And that's it. That's our new smaller baby technique. I'll just show you here. You can see that the back of the neck's well supported. Baby's nice and high. Really just a little bit below my chin. I can make sure the airway is nice and clear. And that's it. Now I've got no fabric between me and baby. A nice position, and that's our new way of doing the smaller babies. Alright, let me know what you think.